welcome. My name's Ton and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at using the strategy of pressing the Shift key and using the left button on your mouse in order to insert a specific group of text from one location to another, thus cutting that text and inserting it into your desired location. So with that, let's get started. All right, so let's frame this problem. Say that we're creating a spreadsheet for this publishing house and we're tracking the amount of ebooks or the amount of books that we're selling. We look at the selling price, the amount of revenue, and the costs of these ebooks. Now, if you're like me, perhaps you created a spreadsheet that could have a lot better order. So the first thing that we might want to do is we say, perhaps have year 5 sales. So year 5 sales, right? I guess year 5. Let's put year 5, and let's say that we sold 1,000 and it was also 12, and the revenue was equal to 1,000 times 12, and we'll not necessarily worry about the cost quite yet. But we're gonna take these cells, and rather than manually change the order by cutting and copying and pasting, we just want to take these values and insert them into our table. We're not going to worry about the formatting, we just want to insert them. The perhaps fastest way to do this would be to select the cell or cells that you want to insert, and then you would press the Shift key. Once you scroll to the edge of your individual group of cells, you would left click and then drag to the location that you would want to input those cells. We're going to say that we want to input them right after year 4 and before the total. So we would input that, and that would then be inserted. Now we would have to change, we would have to change the actual values of our calculations so that they would automatically update. So we would want this to actually be to D7 so that we'd have new sets of values. So again, we could take information, let's undo and show you. So we have this information, we select that information, we, rather than press the Control key, we press the Shift key and then left click, drop it in there, and then because these formulas are still calculating that of year 1, 2, 3, and 4, but not year 5, we would have to change this so that it would include everything. Again, we would want this to be D7, so now you can see that it includes year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Sweet. That is great and excellent. Now, we have a second challenge, and we're going to again use this strategy of pressing the Shift key and left clicking. We want our costs to either move here or maybe even move before revenue. So if we wanted to move our costs here, perhaps the easiest way to do that would just be to grab, left click, and then move over, and those would automatically fit in. But let's say that we actually want our costs to come before revenues. So if that were the case, we would press the Shift key and then grab the handle on the side, and we don't want it to go above. If it goes above, that's a big problem. If we do it correctly, you'll notice that it would be able to fit right here in between selling price and revenue. So when we drop that, it would update. The only issue is that we would have to move over our total. All right, so clearly before doing this, we would want to plan things out more efficiently. I said we wouldn't worry about the formatting, but probably be a good thing to do. So okay, now they're the same size, they're the same length, they have the same number of rows, so this should work. We're going to grab this, we're going to press the Shift key, and then move it over here, and then when we insert it, it will automatically move over. We could say, apply, take this formatting, use formatting painter, and apply here, and then maybe this is quite complicated. Just so everyone knows, clearly I don't always do things the most efficiently way. Or, I mean, no one does, but I'm no exception. So now, using the keyboard shortcut of Shift and left click, we are able to insert this row here in row 5, and then we are able to take the costs and move them in between these two rows. So again, we could say, take this, we could use the Shift key, bring it down here. This is going to be really messy, but well, I guess it won't work. But we could, if they were the same size, move it in here. Or we could take year 6, we could put year 6 and then move it up in there. But I'm sure you get the idea. If you don't get the idea, please leave us a question or a comment. You can start a discussion. You can always email us. We're really happy to help and try to explain things more clearly. In our next video, we're going to look at the keyboard shortcut of Control, Shift, and dragging. Control, Shift, and left clicking with your mouse, i.e. dragging, will allow you to create a copy of whatever you want. As we just looked at, you would be able to insert it. But rather than just cutting and inserting, you will copy and insert whatever text that you choose. So join us for that in the next video, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.